Every year I have a word that I use that lays the foundation for the year. For this year, the word is rest. For each month, I also have a word that lays the foundation for the mindset of what that month is about. Last month, it was commitment. Next month, it's wave maker. For the month of June, the foundational word that I use to keep me grounded and focused and with the right mindset is humility. The reason humility is such a powerful word is that humble people don't need validation from others to feel valued, to feel like they're worth something. Every Whiteboard Wednesday this month will be about humility. And in today's Whiteboard Wednesday, we're going to talk about how to be humble. In doing my research, I found this meme. Loved it. It said, "Better a humble sinner than a self-righteous saint." The self-righteous people drive me bananas. This whole idea of my way of thinking is better than your way of thinking, think the way I think or else, that's self-righteousness. Social media has impacted our society so much that there are so many self-righteous people that we need to stay humble. Now, the source of the information for today's Whiteboard Wednesday, How to Be Humble, comes from a blog written on trackinghappiness.com by Jamie. Jamie starts her blog by referencing humility, the definition of humility, from the book Untamed by Glennon Doyle. Let me read you what that description is. The word humility derives from the Latin word humilitas, which means of the earth. To be humble is to be grounded in knowing who you are, to grow, to reach, to fully bloom as high and strong and grand as you were created to. Staying humble can impact not only your physical health, also your mental health in a positive way. So here are the 5 ways to be humble. Number 1, listen. By listening, you gain a different perspective because you're not just talking over someone. How many videos do we see on social media about 2 groups screaming at each other and no one is listening? Listen is the number 1 way to become humble. Shut your mouth, open your ears, and listen. Number 2, seek feedback, especially if you're in leadership. Can you imagine that you sit down and have your weekly sessions with your team and you ask the person that reports to you, hey, how can I be a better leader? How about you're sitting at home with your significant other and you turn over and you say, hey, sweetie, how can I be a better husband? Or how can I be a better wife? What if you asked your kids, hey, kids, how can I be a better parent? Seeking feedback, getting feedback, constructive feedback about how you are in your style and your behavior can really humble a person in a good way. Love, seek feedback. Number 3, acknowledge your limitations. Not from here is a stain on my shirt, not from revealing all your flaws. You acknowledge your limitations because it is a growth opportunity for you. One of the Whiteboard Wednesdays, we talked about greatest growth opportunity, the GGO. What is your greatest growth opportunity? In order for you to understand that you actually need to grow is a sign of being humble, because you're looking in the mirror and you're telling yourself, you know what? I lack ABC. I need to get to ABC. I'm going to accomplish ABC. Number 4, elevate others. You know what? It's not always about you. You don't always need to point to your accolades and what you've accomplished. Sometimes you need to brag about somebody else. Be proud of somebody else. And number 5, be grateful. The difference between gratefulness and thankfulness is simply control. When you are grateful, you are showing appreciation for something outside of your control. When you're thankful, you're showing appreciation for something that you've controlled. Those things that are not in your control, showing appreciation to that reminds you that there is something bigger than yourself. Jamie, I appreciate this blog. You have no idea. I'd like to add one thing though, and that is God. When you acknowledge that there's a higher power, when you acknowledge that you're not the center of the universe, it's a reminder to stay humble. Stay humble, my friends. My name is Troy Ritchie, and if you don't know me, you will.